You know, how people have bad hair days? I'm kind of having more of bad hair months. But anyway, how's everybody doing today? This is DJ MK here. Hey, fellow unicorns. And it's so good to be back. Don't worry, I'm healthy. Well, as healthy as I can be with a cold, but I'm doing good. Thank you so much for your patience for this next video. It's been about a week, 2 weeks since I did my last video. I did a video yesterday, but for some reason, I don't think it uploaded yet. I'm gonna double check and see what's going on with that. Oh, they updated the dashboard on Twitch. Sweet. Okay, but anyway, yeah, feels good to be back. I feel much better. Now I'm less cough heavy, so now I think I should be okay. So in case you're wondering what the song is in the background, it's a song by Bureaucratic called Orientation. They can switch Bureaucratic for having a very straightforward process in order to make sure we can actually use it on our YouTube videos, and I can give you proper credit. So Bureaucratic actually has some really good tracks. The link to his stuff is in the description of YouTube, on my YouTube channel. Unfortunately, I can't put it on Twitch just yet, but I will, as soon as I get the link. So I can actually do it here. Nope, it just, that's okay though. But yeah, so I had a cold over the weekend with a fever so bad that it practically knocked me off my feet for a couple days. Thankfully, I'm back in thankfully I recovered just enough to be back in commission, to get back to work, and also, obviously, I can do videos now. So, in the meantime, while I was recovering, I decided to rewatch some of my old videos, and I found that the two most popular categories seem to be my vlogs and my Power Stone videos. So, for today's episode, I'm dropping temporarily Visual Novel Wednesday for today, and going straight to why I didn't really get to Power Stone 2 straight off after Power Stone 1. So, this is kind of one of those times where nostalgia goggles kind of fail. And in this case, it was an epic fail, which I did not expect. And it really wasn't old memory either, per se. It was just more so the more recent generation. So, to kind of sum it up, really, Power Stone 2 came out, I believe, about 2 years after Power Stone 1. So, kind of got produced pretty quickly. It also was on the Dreamcast. It did okay. But then I think like Capcom, they got so focused on the Marvel vs. Capcom franchise and the SNK vs. Capcom franchise, because keep in mind those came out about the same time, that they neglected to focus on Power Stone 3. I guess they had one planned for the Dreamcast, but then the Dreamcast kind of went downhill from there, and so they just didn't bother to continue on with the series. And it just rests as history. They focused so much on Marvel vs. Capcom and many other titles that Power Stone kind of started turning into more of just a thing about back in the 90s and the 2000s. And the only reference to Power Stone that Capcom has made in recent years is just a collectible card from one of their Marvel vs. Capcom offshoots. Other than that, there has not been a Power Stone game since the remaster collection on the PSP in 2006. So that's a little brief history of Power Stone 2. Now, Power Stone 2 was the one I actually personally owned, so I know the game rather extensively. And that is one game, if I could do a tournament in, I know I could actually last in it. In fact, I was at Anime USA a few years back, and they had a Dreamcast with Power Stone 2 in it. And Anime USA in particular is pretty famous for their retro gaming competitions. I participated in that. I got up to the semifinals, which is pretty far. Even for most of those games, it was my first time playing them. But anyway, they had a Dreamcast there. They had Power Stone 2 there, so I was like, let's relive my childhood. Let me play this. And even though it had been, at that point, at the time I played that game, I was 23, so about 10 years, a little under 10 years, since I touched a Dreamcast controller. I wiped the floor with everybody in that convention. It was great. It was great reliving those glory days. Again, being able to play it. I never really played that much with other people, in terms of Power Stone, besides my brother. But playing that game again, it kind of made me realize, like, oh my gosh, there's barely any games like this anymore. We gotta bring this back. And like I mentioned earlier, you got things like Smash, and in some ways Injustice kind of pulls some of those mechanics, but for the most part, we haven't had a game like Power Stone ever since then. Obviously, we had the release of the collection of the PSP, and then there's this one kind of indie street equivalent of Power Stone, which the kind of people kind of consider the spiritual successor of Power Stone. But just Power Stone itself, we haven't had a succession at all since the 1990s. So, very much a dying breed of games. And hey, Sejuk, thank you so much for hosting me. That is really awesome. But anyway, but yeah. So the reason why I kind of titled it as well as Why Nostalgia Kind of Failed was because soon after I did the Power Stone 1 playthrough, a few weeks back, I decided to try and practice my moves on Power Stone 2 for the PSP. And, well, I came across quite a number of issues. I mean, granted, it is partially maybe because of the emulation that I had, but also the fact that there were quite a lot of things about the game that were very disappointing to me. And I was kind of shocked because I remember distinctly that feeling of what I had back when I played the game during Anime USA. Like, I was really, really happy and excited. But then again, that might have been partially because of the fact that I had a Dreamcast controller in my hands. Because that's something I haven't touched in over almost a decade. So, partially maybe because I was missing that. So, I played through the game. It was a lot harder than I thought it was. It was really surprising. I set up to the same levels that I did with the first game. And yet, it was much harder than what I expected. I came across way more technical difficulties than what I expected from the first one. And this is one where, if you thought the restarts that I did with the first game were kind of bad, multiply that times 5 with the way Power Stone 2 went down. I totally forgot how many times I lost with that game, and how many days where, like you're at day school, like I'd often have to drop the game for a few hours or a few days because of that frustration that I couldn't get it done. That was when I was like 9 or 10. Now, if I'm experiencing that frustration again as an adult at 25, 26, you know there was a sign that was kind of going downhill. The other parts that kind of frustrated me were the things that frustrated me more now compared to back when I last played it in Anime USA a few years back, was it felt like they were kind of halfway doing the work. And as I played the game, it'll be pretty obvious as the reason why I say that. Because it just felt like they kind of met halfway. They never really went all the way with it, when it came to the gameplay. Some of the throws didn't feel right. The combos didn't feel right. Some of the, the throws were kind of minimal, just the button and the stick. That's all it did. You can't do any of the fancy stuff anymore. The one-hit kick was removed. Some of the voice acting got way more grating compared to the last, especially Falcon's voice. I can't play Falcon anymore because his voice is that grating. Some of the hits are ineffective. They added in this weird money mechanic which doesn't go anywhere. And the final boss, it felt very half-finished. I mean, I remember even coming across some concept art back in the day with a Power Stone 2 copy that sketched out how the final boss was supposed to be. And final boss was supposed to be like 3 stages, kind of like the classic Final Fantasy / Kingdom Hearts / like those games back in the day. It was supposed to be like that, but for fighting. And they just pardon the language, but they kind of half-assed it. It's just like, hey, here's a room, make sure you don't die, and then here's the boss at the end. Deal with it. The castle concept is genius. The multiple stages you go through, very, very clever. The fact that, like, the falls have consequences. Now the items are not one-time use. You can actually use as many times until it gets destroyed, kind of like in Smash. But there are way more flaws than I remember with this game the other time. And kind of sorry to say that nostalgia just kind of failed with this one. And once I play the game, you will see why. So without further ado, welcome back to Power Stone World with Power Stone 2. So yeah, let us begin our trip down memory lane. And, oh, OBS is saying that I need to upgrade. So, I'll be right back. Stay tuned, everybody. Okay, I'm back. And, oh, the game vanished. No! Okay. Alright, I'm back. So, let me get this window back on. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, there we go. Alright. Now let's get back to getting the show on the road. Now, let us now truly go back to memory lane with Power Stone 2. Now, don't get me wrong, the intro looks so promising, but then when you zoom into it, it looks like it's kind of a step lower compared to the first game. They just went halfway on the hard on this one compared to the first one.
Without warning, a dark cloud fills the sky, and then a huge shadow blankets the entire room with roaring that shakes the entire planet. Suddenly, a mysterious floating castle appears out of nowhere. In the blink of an eye, the Power Stone heroes are caught and transported to the floating castle. What will happen to our heroes? Welcome to the Power Stone world.
So, as you can see, the voice acting changed. So now they got a proper American voice acted accent this time. So now it doesn't have that Japanese flavor of that slight English accent instead, or just that little distinction. Because I actually really liked the Japanese narration a little bit. I mean, they don't translate any of, like, the villain dialogue. They keep it in Japanese. They even keep the heroes speaking in Japanese. But then everything else is translated. But what especially kind of grates me is the inconsistency of this narrator in quality. Like, sometimes you hear double, and other times it's like him regular, like you see in the narration in the beginning. But then annoyed me even more, which I did not expect at all when I played this, was that they now say powerful every time you grab a stone instead of get, like just simple get. Like it's like the way they say get in the game. It sounds almost as if it sounds like a sound effect rather than a phrase. It doesn't have that anymore. Which the little things that you don't notice with the first, like you don't notice until you start playing something like this again years later. But I will admit though, the worlds are a bit more interesting, and the items you have here are way more creatively used.
Don't forget to take advantage of those subs.
And the music's pretty cool too.
Welcome to the Power Stone world.
And they added some new people. The submarine level is pretty cool. I like the music in that one, but it doesn't really go anywhere.
Welcome to the Power Stone world.
Let me start it. Also, the other part is that this game's very impatient too. Can I get to the arcade mode? I can't do arcade. That's weird. So that's the other problem that's the biggest problem with the Power Stone 2 port of the Power Stone 2 port of the PSP, because there was the 1-versus-1 mode, but then there's also 1 versus 3, but then instead of just instead of it being like one person passing, 2 people pass with you. But unfortunately, that this already messes it up already, especially for the Dreamcast players, because Dreamcast players remember this more as arcade, not as 1-on-3. So that kind of threw me off when I first played this game. So I thought 1-on-3 was like a new mode.
Welcome to the Power Stone world.
This is the other problem I have with this game. It keeps quitting me out. Let me pause that. But yeah, this game's really patient with you. It just wants you to get straight to the action, compared to the first game where it at least stayed on the menu for a while before it started switching to the demo or something. They called the versus 1-on-1. They have another versus mode entirely on here, and then they called arcade 1-on-3, which super threw me off when I first got this. And then there's adventure, which is supposed to help you collect rarer items. So obviously network and training as well. And there is an item shop, which I think is where the cash goes towards. Granted, the Dreamcast portion, it kind of makes the item shop a bit more obvious, but here it's kind of it's a little less powerful than I thought. But yeah, I'll get to the 1-on-3 since it's the closest to what I remember, and we shall get started. Yeah, enough talking, let's just do it. I know people hate me. I know people kind of hate me talking.
Fight for your freedom. Escape from the castle.
Yeah, you see it, like, you hear now, like, sometimes like you hear echo or hear double. Wangtang is a pretty common player, and common character played in a lot of these playthroughs, but I'm not going to do that today. When I was a kid playing this game, I played Ayame and Rouge quite a lot, and occasionally Julia, but not that much. Falcon obviously was my main. Ryoma, I kind of played him a little bit. Jack's pretty powerful here too. And then 4 new characters they added to the roster were Excel, Gourmand, Julia, and Pete. Now, all 4 of these characters were featured in the anime of Power Stone. They were just supposed to be in the roster in the first game, but I think they decided to kind of keep it to the regular 8 first before they just added 4 more to see how they play. And I'm glad they did that, because I feel like these 8 characters kind of got a lot more focus as a result. But anyway, I traditionally use Ayame or Rouge with this usually, so I'm gonna do, since Ayame was the last person we used in the last game, we shall use her for this one. And it's a lot easier to change costume colors in this game too. So as you can see, her outfit's more orange here. Her default is green. So there's 5 areas in this game. You go through at least, I think, 3 or 4 of them, with 2 boss battles. There's the ship battle, which I like that one. That one's a really fun one. There's also the tomb area, which is kind of a la Indiana Jones. There's the castle, the Meiji Castle era area, and then there's a weird spaceship thing where if you beat the level a little later, instead of at the very beginning, like I tend to do, there's like an alien boss battle-ish thing. But I like the music of the submarine, so I'm gonna do that first.
A solid beginning may lead to a perfect ending. Go for it.
This part I don't mind too much. Unless you lose too many times, it gets really annoying.
An aquatic adventure.
I like the music of this part, though. Cowboy, American Indian. There we go. And 2 will survive. Yeah, this is arcade. Well, the one bright side of this, though, is that at least the controls are the same. There's a swimming in this game, too. Yep. Alright. Well, I admit, though, I like the 3D fields in this. And, like, you can see the characters a lot better. So that's one thing I will give this game. And also, they replaced that sliding thing that Ayame had with secondary, more spear-like shuriken. Yeah, you gotta hear that powerful part. I'm not a fan of it. Oh, darn it. I honestly didn't know how I stood it back in the day. And then I know eventually there's like an iceberg that pops up. Wait, where am I? Okay, whoa. Yeah, that's the iceberg. And then you can actually use your, like, if you time your moves correctly, you can actually use your powers twice in the game. So like you see there, I used it twice. Oh, whoops. Come on. Yeah, my text went off. Oh. Oh yeah, I forgot. I forgot also, there's a weight limit for what characters can lift now. Instead of like now that like in the past where like characters can lift anything and everything, now characters literally have weight limits now. So, Ayame can't lift this, but somebody like Wangtong or Falcon would be able to lift it no problem. Which is kind of frustrating, because I kind of liked that. I kind of liked it, like, there was that creativity. Oh, yeah. If you run out of time, then it turns into sudden death. Which means one hit. Basically, one hit equals KO to a character. So it looks like it's me and Excel that are going to the end here. It's kind of hilarious that, like, your powers still work even after all of that. And we're gonna go through the castle next. I like the castle quite a bit. Because it's like this cool, layering thing you go through.
Keep it up.
Sorry, it's the emulator.
What's going on here? I have a very bad feeling about this place. You'd better stay alert.
I admit, this setting looks really cool. I admit, Jack kind of sounds adorable though in this game. And then, like, flaming arrows get, like, thrown in this game. It's pretty cool. Darn it. Oh, the hairpins! Okay. They're hairpins, actually. Yeah, as you can see, like, there's go arrows now. Yeah, it's a dropper just gonna lower down. See here?
Climb your way to victory.
Climb? It's literally climbing up. It's pretty cool. Like, there's like these 3D pans. Like, I will say though, they have some ingenious ideas that in some cases, it's poorly executed though. Yeah, like, as falling floors, for example. So you have to know which platforms are safe and which ones aren't, and make sure you don't get left behind, because you'll lose your stones, and you could possibly die. Yeah, don't disturb that, otherwise you can get hurt. Like, don't punch it. Like those ghosty things. The other part I don't really like about this game is that, especially if you're... The other thing I'm not a fan of this game is that you really can't tell how long you're spending on certain things. And I think there's a way you can actually ring the bell, but I don't remember how. Yeah, like, see here, I can't tell.
Fight on to victory. Action.
No! Ah.
Try again.
This is what I mean, like, from that. It's like, it's so easy to lose in this game. Like, I can't tell what my time was. It's just supposed to be like, hurry up, hurry up. It's like, where's the time then? How much time do I have? Because, like, the cast makes me feel like as if, like, there's plenty of time for me to do this level, but, like, no, it speeds you, it tries to speed you through. Not a fan of that.
On here. Let the battle begin. Go.
I will say this though, I like the game, like the fact that like it keeps you on your toes a little bit, but sometimes it just doesn't use it. It just use that properly. Come on, get me up. Okay. Yeah, sorry for the silence. It's kind of, this is kind of the part where you need, like, some pretty good concentration. Because you gotta make sure you're first, otherwise, as you saw, you could get injured in this section. Like, you'll fall through the ceiling. Or, like, if you don't go through the doors first. Okay, finally! And once again, it's me and XL. Alright, looks like it's gonna be our first boss. And unfortunately, these middle and end bosses are exactly the same. It doesn't change at all. It's exactly the same. Yeah, we're in Egypt, or like this Egyptian-like desert. It's so easy to lose your stones here, though, and lose your life. It's frustrating. And make sure you don't get too close, otherwise you can get eaten up like that. I mean, you can take out the guys, like, sticking out of that thing, though. Okay. Yeah, I've lost against this guy so many times when I was a kid. It's so easy to lose your stones and your life with this level. If you're not careful. There we go. And it's terrible, especially if both your partner and you die at the same time. And it happens so often. It's so frustrating. No! No! And the downside, unfortunately, is that even though you have the help icon up top and you have a partner, the CPU partner would not be able to revive you during arcade. You have to have an in-person partner for you to revive. And that's something that's something I kind of wish that they fixed in the PSP version of Power Stone. Is that there should have been just some way that the CPU could have gotten you up, but they never put that in the game. I know they swapped Excel for Jack. I mean, Jack is pretty powerful, so I don't mind it. One thing I kind of wish, though, is that, like, for the boss battles in Arcade, I kind of wish they took out the battle angle, and instead just let us fight the boss, because the boss by himself already is hard. How did I zoom in? That's never happened before. Yeah, that's the other part I'm not a fan of in this game. It's just like, why would you all of a sudden change perspectives like that? Because now I can't really read the enemy. Come on, now where's a chest with a stone? I need a stone. I need a third stone. I really need a third stone. Oh gosh, I couldn't even read that because it's some reason it's completely zoomed in. I can't tell where that laser's coming from. There we go. Yes! Finally! I don't know what was up with that zoom in earlier. That's never happened. But alright. Got our tomb here and the flying thing. I love this flying part because it's a pretty famous section. It's kind of like one of the few 3-stage levels in fighting games. And in this case, it's when you're on the ship, and then there's a pretty famous flying section where you try to get an umbrella, and you're on the ground in this pretty nice garden area. I love the umbrella so much. It's so hilarious. Such a hilarious weapon. I will say though, the weapons do have. The weapons kind of have a greater sense of humor compared to the past game, where it was still it was inventive but still pretty serious. Did you say itadakimasu? What? That's weird. Oh, get in the middle, get in the middle! Yeah, it's... Yeah, it's pretty much impossible. Yeah, it's pretty impossible to, like, get through this without having the sky intact. Come on, umbrella, umbrella. Give me an umbrella, give me an umbrella. Not cake. Umbrella, umbrella, umbrella. Come on, another umbrella. I need another umbrella. Oh my god, right there, right there, right there, right there. Don't die, don't die. No, too late. You got it. That's okay. Not the end of the world. That's okay, because I got one anyway. I don't know why I'm still zoomed in. Oh, okay. It was the select button. The select button changes your view. There was no select button in the original game, so that just really threw me off. They're gonna make me. They're gonna speed it up. Like, oh, hurry up! So, like, somebody go down already. Okay, that's one. And what's kind of sad though is that if they're gone for too long, they fade with angel's wings. Yeah. Go, 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 go. Get to the stone, get the stone.
Fight on to victory. Action.
No! Okay, good. Okay, show it with that. I got Excel again, yes! Okay. I like Excel. And now, we're at the final boss. Which is the place where it's the easiest to fail. It's the easiest to fail in this area because of these ridiculous mannequins at the very beginning that can easily chop down your health. It's frustrating. Frustrating, I'm telling you.
It's do or die time now. Destroy the monster and get the castle. Let the battle begin. Go!
I kind of wish they took out the versus element when you get to the bosses. Because you need all the life you can get. On the other hand, though, there are some things you do need to do yourself. And also, that back wall, as you can tell, it has spikes. And then they finally add throwable items here. They put like chamber pots in here? That's kind of weird. Really weird. Like in the middle of a hallway. I hate those blasters. Oh, come on! Got rid of them before they got me. The axe is the worst one. Oh my gosh. Oh, come on! Oh, okay. The axe is the worst one, though. Hands down. The axe followed by the hammer, by these mannequins. Thank goodness. Oh, come on. Like, he came up with some weapon.
You've reached the last battle. Now show no mercy.
I admit, him saying that kind of makes it more epic, though. Like, that's the one part where I don't mind his narration. Yeah, come on. Okay. When he has his heart out, that is, like, the ideal time to strike. I mean, when his forehead's out, don't get me wrong. If you aim for his head... Oh, man! No! What? Are you kidding me? Oh, come on.
Try again.
That's the thing I came across way too often with this game. It's like, especially when I get to this point, because you lose most of your life when you're trying to get rid of those mannequins at the beginning, and then if you don't get enough rechargeable items, it's like, I don't know.
It's do or die time now. Destroy the
It's like you lost before you even started.
Let the battle begin. Go.
And plus, CPU can't pick you up, so it's like you're fish out of luck.
Oh no.
Yeah, like, you get none knocked out of you, and yet, ironically, you'll get more money! Oh, the axe. I hate the axe so much. That did nothing! Oh, come on. Alright, at least I got healing items. Wish I healed up a little bit.
You've reached the last battle. Now show no mercy.
Haha. That's not my right to hit! No, 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 no! Ah! That move takes up so much of your health. It's annoying. No! Ah, shockwave for that fork. I hate it. I'm gonna die. If I don't get health soon.
Try again.
I'll try one more time. One more time. Just,
Fight for your freedom. Escape from the castle.
You know what? Sorry, Ame. You did a good job, though. Get some rest. I think I'm gonna go with Rouge next. Or, you know what? Gotta go with my personal favorite, Falcon. Just can't keep a good girl down. Or good guy.
You've made it to the final battle. It's all or nothing now. Good luck.
Yep. The one downside, though, is that it kind of takes away, like, the attacks you can alternate with this game.
Destroy the monster and get out of the castle. Let the battle begin. Go!
Don't aim at me! Thanks for the money. We're going somehow so much faster. Okay. We got almost full health, so... And also, I've got my bazooka still on, so... So, hopefully...
You've reached the last battle. Now show no mercy.
Oops. Kick, 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 kick. Hit those flies. Or bees. I don't know what they are. No! No! Are you kidding me? Why are you after me? Why? Why? Wait, are more stones coming through? Come on. Come on. Here's another one. We need one more. One more. Okay, good. Okay, I did something even if it was something small. Okay. Do this again. Okay, I did it. Okay, we're almost there! We're almost there! Good, 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 good. Sometimes ultimatums work. Sometimes ultimatums get the job done. Okay, okay. Dodge that, dodge that, dodge that. Okay. I hate those things. I hate those things. I hate those things. Come on. Yes! 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 Done! Done! Yeah, sometimes ultimatums get the job done. Sayonara, eroge. Like, eroge? No, it's a road. Erono sensei. And yeah, that's the end. Yeah, believe it or not, the background is where the castle was destroyed. Yeah, that's Power Stone 2. I mean, as you can see, it's kind of disappointing a little bit, because, like, it never explains anything. Like, how did that... I mean, yes, 19th century world where metaphysical stones with magical powers pop up. But you'd think there'd be some explanation like, okay, we lost this red power stone in the caves. At least like if you went with Falcon's ending. So why did this castle pop up? How did it pop up? What did Dr. Erode have to accomplish with these stones? With the Valkyries, it kind of had some explanation. It was with the anime, if you're going with that. But what was how did this castle exist? There's more than one Power Stone out there. How did Falcon come across this? And how does the castle even work? Do people who lose get trapped there forever? We'll never know. Also, most importantly, how did Falcon fix his plane, even though his plane crashed in the place? But anyway. Yeah, there's too many questions, not enough answers. Sometimes there's some things you don't have to have answers to questions. But hey. We got the game done. We did it. So, I'm glad. And most importantly, MK loves you. And thus, this is the end. And I'm probably not going to play this on the show again. Because the frustration is too real. It's not a terrible game by any means, but it's just the frustration. It just doesn't make it worth it for me to try this game again, unless it was from the actual console, perspective. It's just honestly Power Stone 2. It's a pale comparison to Power Stone 1. Granted, there are some really ingenious ideas that they really pulled off here that have never been executed ever since, by any other game title by any means, like the 3D panning of the castle section to switching stages, which Dead or Alive kind of did, but in a 2D spectrum. And also just the more ingenious items, and the fact that you could use your power twice instead of once. But the absence of a time limit, the rushed nature of it all, and just it feels like the sheer wonder that was in the first game, it felt entirely lost. Which is often the common case when it comes to sequels, is that trying to match up what was already complete in the first property is kind of hard. It's kind of hard act to follow, unless you know what you're doing with a character's next step in evolution. Unless the evolution is their ultimate form in that case, it's like, what do you do with that ultimate form? You just really can't do anything with that ultimate form. That's why Harry Potter, spoiler alert, that's why Harry Potter does like almost pretty much every single item, save for the invisibility cloak, is pretty much gone, because literally there's nothing left after that except his personal story and how he accounts with it. Which is what the cursed child attempted to do, but hey. So, anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. If you happen to enjoy it, like, share, and subscribe. I know it's quite a lot, of things that I have, which there'll be a lot more coming up. Originally, today, it was going to be more of, iPad gaming, but I guess that'll be more of a thing for tomorrow. And then later on, definitely it's going to be Jotun Valhalla edition. This time a bit more in depth, because I have more knowledge of Asatru and Norse and Anglo-Saxon mythology, religion, and language. So, hope you enjoy that. Here's my social media in case you want to check me out a bit more. My Ko-fi page is 100% optional to donate. My Twitter is at DJMK for Life. It's where I update the most frequently. Discord, PlayStation Network, Steam, and Twitch is under Tandrasia, or Tandrasia. And DJ MK Off the Air, obviously, is my YouTube, if you want to check that out. The tracks that I use in this game, link is in the description of that. And my audio live streams are coming back next month, which is where my radio show happens. So if you want to plug in for those, please feel free to go to that site, mixler.com/DJMK on Mixler, to find out what things did I do in the past, what cool things that I've already reported. And of course my blog, mahokunoichi.blogspot.com. And in terms of events where I'm going to be up next, I'm going to be in the Baltimore Comic-Con at the end of September in the Baltimore Convention Center. So, hopefully, if you happen to recognize me and see me there, please do not be ashamed of saying hi. Whether I'm in a scarf, like this, or in a wig, or just with my natural hair blown out. But anyway, thank you so much for joining me on this venture back to Power Stone, such this little vlog diversion. Hopefully it wasn't too much for you. And I will see you in the next video. Bye, everybody. Oh yeah, and by the way, if you happen to have any answers to any previous visual novels that you want me to play, or any answers to paths you want me to take, or just any game recommendations at all, don't hesitate to leave a comment or a part in the chat, or just anything at all. So, yeah. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, everybody. Special thanks to Super Sejuk for hosting my channel on Twitch, Gamer Zach for the awesome community on Twitch and Discord, and thanks to Siloom, one of my longtime subscribers and fans, and of course all the people who have followed me on Twitch and YouTube over the years. Bye.